Shay says they suck at improv. I'll tell you something else they suck at: comedy.
Is Che Diaz's comedy funny?
I and Miranda think it is.
Okay.
Honey, with all due respect, Sarah Ramirez is about as much a real-life comedian as they are a real-life doctor. I would actually trust them more to do a triple bypass than to perform a speech at my wedding.
Sex and the City reboot is literally making Miranda the opposite of who she was in the original series. All of her weird microaggressions aside, I want to talk about her relationship with technology, because in the new series, she says that she can't get into podcasts, she just can't figure it out, and she also needs to read a physical book. She doesn't want to use a Kindle. And it's like, are we watching the same show? Because in the original series, when she went on her honeymoon with Steve, she did not want to be in a cabin, in the woods, in silence, doing things old school. She needed technology and she needed her gadgets. Like, don't tell me that this lady couldn't get into podcasts, because she had like 15 stories around TiVo and how special it was to her. That was when I found her so relatable, is when she would freak out about not having a show recorded. And keep in mind, this was back in the 90s. Like, not everyone had TiVo. She was on the cutting edge of technology. She was also on the cutting edge of like everything. Like, getting a LASIK procedure done back in the 90s was a really big deal. It had just come out then. And Miranda was always the character to be doing things like that. I mean, a shoe to Carrie is a BlackBerry to Miranda. Like, it was her accessory. I'm just like so mad. Also, she was the one who told Carrie to get online and set her up with email, and how could you not already be doing this? Like, to say that Miranda in this new reboot would be the one who can't get into podcasts or likes things old school, it just goes completely against who she was for the entire series of Sex and the City.
DM me if you want to chill again soon, okay?
Last 10 minutes of the Sex and the City finale is how the whole reboot should have started. Hear me out. Charlotte has her bat mitzvah. You see the whole family dynamic. The only touching moment between Miranda and Brady, who is like low-key funny, by the way. And note Miranda's hair. Carrie, in the most elaborate way possible, is spreading Big's ashes. And there's a cute text exchange with Samantha. They're meeting for dinner. Everyone is in a good place. But instead, we wasted hours waiting for these characters to get to here. Will you be watching season 2? Please let me know.
I'm not even sure bisexuality exists. I think it's just a layover on
Shut up, Carrie, no one cares.
Isn't that right next to Ricky Martinville?
Not funny, no wonder she thinks Che is funny.
He's open to all sexual experiences.
Only voice of reason is Samantha.
It's not hot, it's greedy.
I know she's not talking about bisexuality being greediness. I'm about to leave my husband for a day them I just met 3 weeks ago.
I really hate to say it. I am just so disappointed in this character. They are trying so hard and it's so cringe. I don't know what about it, but it's so off-putting, and I just really...
You know, even if I could get my mind around that justification, it's the cheating part. The behind my back part, the violation of the trust. That's what's killing me.
That can't be the same Miranda that was messing around with Che behind Steve's back for 3 weeks.
And now I want to sit back and relax and enjoy my evening, when all of a sudden I hear this agitating, grating voice.
I totally see what you mean. The funniest bit for me, personally, was that they have 367,000 followers. Bitchware. It's hard enough to make it in the industry when you're actually a funny comedian, let alone when you're not.
Whenever I tell someone that I'm bisexual, usually I get a standing ovation on account of the bravery, but once the applause died down, I tell people, you don't need to cheer, because it was a choice, right? I chose to watch Sex and the City. And there's a line on that show where Carrie says, bisexuality is just a layover on the way to Gay Town, which was so confusing to me because that is such a Charlotte thing to say. And also, I've never had a layover on the way to Fire Island. You take a ferry.
One thing I just want to say was actually bullying to the audience to have Che sing. That was bullying. True. It's not fair on us. We were cornered. We did not know that was going to happen. And suddenly they were singing. And that was full blown bullying. And if that, like, I might get the email of Sarah Jessica Parker and send and just say to her, like, I feel like you owe me an apology.
I know that I just gave pot to your child, but you need to work on how you communicate as an individual. You want me to shotgun you? I know I told you to shut up, and you said no to weed, but... If I shotgun you? No, I am fully your boss. What kind of shotgun you? Me? Oh, I'm like Nanette if they did vape tricks. You don't want to go poly with me? That's weak sauce, bro. That's what I'm saying. I had to ditch this girl at Pride because she didn't like Barstool Sports. America needs to woke the fuck up. Oh, by the way, there's 2 tickets under your name to my comedy corporate rally. Oh, I'm big time. I just did a half-hour set for Citibank. I know that we are at your best friend's funeral, but I just have to ask. There's something between us. You're free tonight. I'd love to take you back to my place and kiss your nipples for 5 hours. No, I'm so good at sex. Girls only want to do it once.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys why everybody hates Che Diaz, and that has nothing to do with their gender. So here we go.
A woman broke up with me on FaceTime. Yeah, and she was so sweet I never saw it coming. She should have broken up with me on 2 FaceTime. Okay, the victory is mine. Okay, nice.
Oh, Rambo Party 1.
All right, can we stop calling her Rambo?
Sorry.
Shay is the worst character that's ever existed on television.
I'm now anti-Shay again after this.
The jealousy. I have fucking huge Shay Diaz jealousy.
I'm Shay Diaz.
I
was triggered by Shay getting a pilot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, God damn them. They're on fire.
I've been incredibly triggered from the jump by Shay Diaz's entire career. Shay Diaz, fellow podcaster, who is
a thespian.
The least funny podcaster
of all time,
who does live shows that are also incredibly unfunny, then just gets showered with opportunities, has their own pilot.
I love these TikTok compilations so much, especially when they rag on him just like that, because Lord knows you know my thoughts on that. P.S. Can't wait till season 2, but thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps, or hit the thanks button. Have a wonderful night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.